For quite some time I've been living in these woods. It's changed me. Old man is gone, new man was born. Name's no longer whatever it was before. Don't even remember what I was or what I did. Now I belong to the woods. And I think I best show this new generation how they best navigate these places. A lot of people caught up living in their homes, safety of drywall and planks of wood, while I forge my own path, eat my own food, and live off the land. First thing I learned is no dependencies on modern vices. Now, I'll make an exception for this camera for the sake of preserving my craft, but I ditched my glasses once I realized I didn't need those. Instead, I use my hands. I found that if I close up my hand like this and create a small little area for my eye to look through, I can see. Otherwise, I'm blind as a bat. I had a wife, I had a family. I don't even know what I had back in that life of mine that I used to live, but I know I ain't the same man. Survival tip number 2, always carry yourself a weapon. Got myself my trusty rock here. Found this when I hit my head on it back in 03. Don't know what year it is. I just go to call everything in the past 03. My life's simpler that way. I don't need dates. Dates were created by the Catholics to control people. And I ain't controlled by no pope. Francis, I think his name is. I don't remember. Out here I found myself. I was talking just yonder back in 03. I dropped that rock I had and now I got nothing to protect myself. I think we best make ourselves a weapon. Learning to live off the land taught me that I can't rely on big grocery stores to provide me for conveniences to get through this life. I learned that I gotta make them myself. Find ourselves a good stick that we can fashion into a weapon. Be able to take down any beast we may encounter. Find ourselves something good here. Here we are. This is covered in ants. Don't worry, I eat ants. Ants are good for you. Here we are. A weapon fashioned by the gods. There will be no creature to draw its path in front of me. I will destroy it. With our new weapon in hand, I bet it's time that we find ourselves a meal. Most of the time, I just consume what I can catch, which happens to be the leaves on the trees around. But today, I think that with our new found weapon, we're gonna catch ourselves a squirrel. I haven't had squirrel since back in 03 when it was served to me by some big restaurant. But we don't live under the tyranny of the restaurants anymore. We live off of the anarchy of the woods. I should write that down, that's good. This is squirrel country. I know they're here. Isn't she beautiful? Nature at her finest, without the touch of the monopoly man. I'm on the precipice of the woods right now, and I see myself the squirrel's nest. I haven't left these woods since 03, but I think that it's worth checking out. Maybe we could find ourselves some squirrels unexpected in their homes, and we'll destroy them and eat their flesh. I think it's time. If we can handle the woods, we can handle the modern man. Let us go. Oh. We haven't got much time before they catch us. Social Security's after us right now. All right, here it is. The nest of the squirrels. Checking inside. Oh, no. Let's go for a sneak attack here. Oh. Gosh darn, I should have known it was empty. It might be a trap from Social Security. Quick, let's get back in the woods. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, not much of a runner. More like the hunter waits for its prey. Cardiovascular activity was invented by the government. I don't need to run. I fight my prey. I ain't no coward. You gotta watch out for trees like these. These needles are covered in deadly poisonous oils. Moment you touch those, you're going 6 feet under. Literally, you'll decompose in seconds and you'll be engulfed in the soil of the ground beneath your very feet. Right here used to run a great river, full of water. I used to come here back in '03 and drink myself plenty of water. But because of big government, they came in, topped, and dammed up the topple of the river and stopped the water from flowing, just so they could fill it with their own poison, arsenic. They filled it with the government's water. That's why I don't drink no government water. Stopped drinking government water back in '03. On the undertow here, do you see it? Set down our blade, right here. These are squirrel eggs. If they're hanging from the tree still, just know that they've got plenty of squirrel embryo and squirrel yolk in there. You can crack these open, make yourselves a wonderful omelet. I used to do this back in '03, but I've moved on from such rookie and amateur moves. Now everyone knows that after you drink these, you're gonna get some serious diarrhea. I'm not so stupid, though. We're getting close, though. With them squirrel eggs all over the ground, I can sense that they are near. I think it's best we devise ourselves a trap to catch the unruly squirrel. Now what I've done here, you may not see it, those faint of heart, but this is actually a great trap that I've devised here. That when the squirrel is to come through, he'll find that his legs will catch on his branch. I've taken this living tree and fastened it underneath a dead tree to keep it in its place. So one might, assumingly, and one so foolishly, take a step through this passageway, and they'll find that they themselves will be tripping and falling to their demise. And there will be no hope for that squirrel, and we'll be eating good. Now all we must do is wait for the squirrel to come through, and we'll be eating good. Any moment now, a squirrel will find themselves most unfortunately coming into the grasp of my own might, and he will cower in my side. But now we wait. May be one of the goose's territory. Squirrels and goose have a long rivalry, and they aren't ever gonna cross territories. So I know that my trap here was laid in vain, but that's all right. We're gonna head on, sail over to the squirrel territory. Right here, what we got ourselves is the hole of most likely a large mouse. They like to burrow themselves down and leave an opening. But this is a trap for people like me, men of the woods. They know that we're looking for meat to eat, so this trap is actually laced with government water. They place it there, and they're sourced straight up from where the dam was. And so if I were to touch that, I would instantly combust in flames. Not today, big government. Not today. Look at this. Pure virgin land, untouched by big land real estate. Back in '03, they would have burned these woods down. But because of me, I watered them off. Threw a couple of sticks at them and rocks. Back when I had my old rock, lost that rock. Don't remember that when that was. Back in '03. Right here, we have the formidable bunny. Now I know I said we were hunting squirrels, but it seems nature has provided an alternative source for us, and we must take action while we can. Now I know that a bunny's greatest fear is loud sounds, and with the battle cry for true man myself, I will stun and paralyze that beast. Using my weapon, I will slay it and take its life. Let us charge and destroy that bunny. It seems that bunny was deaf, for if it could hear my mighty voice, it would have been paralyzed from the brain to the limbs. So we did not catch the illustrious squirrel, the elusive beast of the field. It is good for one to fast and simply train oneself to not rely on food every day. For now, that's all. Matty Smith out doors.